Here we will show you how to link your Noggle application with a Dropbox Business account. In order to be able to use your Dropbox Business team member account, we apply two important security measures. First of all, you need an active and authorized Noggle account. This ensures that we have identified you personally and linked yourself with your email account. So this makes sure that we have a valid email which is linked to you personally. This has been done as you have registered a Noggle account. And this Noggle account email will be used later on to access your Dropbox Business team member account. So the Noggle application will act as the authorized email given while Noggle registration. But before we can do that, we need an initial Noggle app authorization by a Dropbox team member administrator. So this only needs to be done once in order to allow your client that the Noggle app can act on your behalf on your team member account later on. So one admin of your team must give permission to your Noggle app that the application can use or can act on your behalf later on when searching files. So these two preconditions must be met. So now let me show you how it works. So first of all, if you go to your Noggle account, you can check the applications linked here. So with this test business account, we still haven't any applications linked with our business account later on. So now let's see how it works if we want to link with our Noggle application. We use the Manage tab in our Noggle application, want to create a new library, and now in order to use the business account, we choose the provider Dropbox Business, which can be selected from the provider selection here. So when we select this provider and want to add folders which should be indexed by our Noggle applications, then first of all, the application now tells us, while checking to authorize against Dropbox Business, that we need to have a valid email address. So the first thing, because this didn't work, is because in our case here, we don't have a valid Noggle account given. So this was the first security check which failed. So now I will enter a valid Noggle account here. And now let's check it again. So now we have a valid Noggle account here, and just restart to authorize against the Dropbox account. What we now see, that a window opens which shows us the initial provider authentication procedure. So we need to authenticate our Noggle application with Dropbox for this account here. And this account was now taken by the Noggle application. This is our user which we used here. And now it tells us that a Dropbox team administrator needs to sign in once to authorize your Noggle application to act on your behalf. So this is the standard Dropbox authorization procedure, which is used by Dropbox to authenticate the account. And now you need an admin account. So I can show you what happens if I use my team member account, which has no admin rights. So you don't log in with your team member account here through authorizes if you're not an admin here. So I will just check you what happens if I use my team member account with does not have admin rights. I try to use this account and unfortunately it fails. So now it tells us you must be a team member administrator to authorize this app. Either log in to Dropbox for Business admin account or contact an existing administrator for your team. So the initial authorization must be done by a team member account administrator. So this failed now the second security measure we have. I will just restart our application, go to the Manage tab, start to create a new library, select again now the Dropbox Business provider, want to choose the folders, starting the authorization procedure, and now this screen pops up again. So now in this case, I will log in with a valid Noggle team admin account. So the administrator just needs to give approval to this application. So the admin does not log in with this account. It's just the authorization procedure for this user here. So now I will sign in, and if I've used the right team member account, it gives us this security question: Noggle for Business would like to access your team information and activity log, as well as the ability to perform any action as any team member. So the team member used by the application is this one shown here above. So now the administrator needs to allow the Noggle application in order to do that. So once this is done, the standard select folder opens, which now shows your team member folders on your Dropbox account. So now you can see the folders which you have access as a team member on your Dropbox Business account. Now you can select the folders and use Noggle indexing and searching your folders in your team member account. That's all. So the authorization procedure just needs to be done once. So once the admin has authorized your client in each new test procedure, if you then create new libraries and manage folders, Noggle remembers the settings. So the authorization procedure only needs to do once. So you've seen, if I repeat now the procedure to add new libraries, it will work without the authorization procedure because this was done once. So after we have linked our application with the account, if we now go to the Dropbox side with our account and go to Settings Security, you will now see within the Apps Linked section that an administrator of your BPS Dropbox apps had given access to your Dropbox. And now you see the Noggle for Business application as linked to your account. So this is the official procedure to link your Noggle client to your Dropbox Business team member account.